What's up, girls? Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin, 1 yen coin, 1989 Japan, the 1 yen coin of Showa. 1989, a symbol of an era's end in Japan. The Japanese 1 yen coin, though small and seemingly insignificant, in value holds a deep cultural and historical resonance. Among its many mints, the 1 yen coin dated Showa 64, 1989, holds a special place. This particular year marks the final days of Emperor Hirohito's reign, officially known as Emperor Showa, and represents the end of the Showa era, 1926-1989. The coin is not just a piece of currency, but a historical artifact that captures a pivotal moment in modern Japanese history. To understand the significance of the Showa 64, 1989, 1 yen coin, one must explore its historical context, political climate, economic conditions, and its cultural impact. The Japanese calendar and imperial eras. Japan traditionally uses a dual calendar system, the Gregorian calendar and the Nengo or era name system, which is tied to the reign of each emperor. The Showa era began in 1926, when Emperor Hirohito ascended the throne, and ended with his death on January 7, 1989. The following day, his son Akihito became emperor, initiating the Heisei era. Due to the emperor's death early in 1989, that year is divided between two eras, Showa 64, only lasting 7 days, and Heisei 1, from January 8, 1989 onward. Coins minted during the brief Showa 64 period are therefore extremely rare and historically significant. Historical background: the Showa era. The Showa era was one of the most transformative periods in Japan's history. Emperor Hirohito's reign witnessed militarization and expansion, 1930s, 1945. Japan's aggressive imperial expansion led to its involvement in World War II. The nation experienced both conquest and devastation, culminating in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Post-war reconstruction, 1945-1952. After surrendering, Japan was occupied by Allied forces, led by the United States. During this period, the country underwent profound political reforms, including the adoption of a pacifist constitution in 1947. Economic miracle, 1950s-1970s. In the decades following World War II, Japan experienced rapid industrial growth, transforming into one of the world's leading economies. Technological innovation and export-driven policies fueled what came to be known as the Japanese economic miracle, stabilization and global prominence, 1980s. By the 1980s, Japan had become an economic superpower, influencing global markets, culture, and technology. However, this era also saw growing economic speculation, leading to the formation of a real estate and stock market bubble. Thus, by the end of the Showa era in 1989, Japan stood at a crossroads. It had risen from the ashes of war to achieve prosperity, but was on the verge of an economic collapse that would become known as the Lost Decade. The 1 yen coin, design and material. The 1 yen coin is the smallest denomination in Japanese currency. Made of 100% aluminum, it weighs exactly 1 gram and measures 20 millimeters in diameter. Its light weight is so precise that a single coin will float on water if placed carefully. The design of the 1 yen coin has remained largely unchanged since its aluminum version was introduced in 1955. The obverse side shows a young tree, symbolizing healthy growth of Japan. The reverse contains the denomination, the year of minting, according to the emperor's reign, and the word Nippon, the Japanese name for the country. What makes the Showa 64 coin especially rare is its short minting period, only from January 1st to January 7th, 1989. Once Emperor Hirohito passed away, minting with the Showa era date ceased, and coins began to carry the Heisei era notation, the rarity and collectibility of Showa 64 coins. Because the minting of coins is a bureaucratic process, the Japanese mint had already produced a limited number of coins dated Showa 64 before the emperor's death. After the era changed, these coins were not recalled but were released into circulation. The 1 yen coin dated Showa 64 is considered rare, not because of its age, but because of its extremely short production run. Among coin collectors, it holds a special value, particularly when in uncirculated or mint condition. Although its face value is 1 yen, approximately 0.007 USD. Some collectors may pay much more, especially for full sets of coins from that final year of the Showa. 64. 1 yen coin is symbolic in many ways, end of an era. It marks the conclusion of a complex period. In Japanese history, a time of war, defeat, recovery, and economic triumph. Cultural memory. The coin serves as a tangible connection to Emperor Hirohito, a figure both revered and controversial. Under his reign, Japan experienced both its darkest and most dynamic times. Historical lesson, it stands as a subtle reminder of impermanence. Just as emperors and eras pass, so do the events, triumphs, and trials that define them. The reverence for the emperor system remains strong in Japan. Thus, coins bearing the final date of an emperor's reign are imbued with an emotional weight that goes beyond economics. Political and social climate of early 1989. The first week of January 1989 was marked by both national mourning and anticipation. Emperor Hirohito, who had been ill for some time, passed away at the age of 87. The transition to the Heisei era was smooth but deeply symbolic. The Japanese public experienced a moment of reflection, looking back on 6 decades of transformation. Prime Minister Noboru Takeshita was in office at the time, leading a government that was trying to manage Japan's bubble economy. Socially, Japan was experiencing a cultural renaissance with the global rise of Japanese electronics, cars, and pop culture, especially anime and video games. The early Heisei era would soon face the consequences of economic overheating, but in the waning days of Showa, there was still optimism and national pride, numismatic interest, and educational value. The Showa 64 1 yen coin serves as an excellent educational tool. For historians, it helps illustrate the transitions between eras and the role of the emperor in Japan's constitutional monarchy. For economists, it is a symbol of the high economic expectations that characterized Japan in the late 1980s. For numismatists, coin collectors, it represents rarity, uniqueness, and the fleeting nature of historical moments. Coin collecting in Japan is a respected hobby, and coins like the Showa 64 1 yen are considered treasures that reflect not just monetary systems, but national identity. The 1 yen coin of Showa 1989 is much more than an aluminum disc of minimal face value. It is a cultural and historical artifact that captures the final days of the Showa era, one of the most significant periods in Japan's modern history. In its simplicity, it reflects the end of an epoch defined by resilience, innovation, tragedy, and triumph. For collectors and historians alike, the Showa 64 coin stands as a modest yet powerful symbol of continuity, change, and memory. As Japan continues to move forward, such artifacts remain vital in connecting its people with their complex and dynamic past. Goodbye, guys.